Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for Construction News Update number 154. In each episode, I try to bring you news and information on a factual basis of what's going on in Sumter County and the villages. I hope you enjoy this video. I try to make sure that the information that you see is both as accurate and informative as possible. The purpose of this video is not to try and sell you or dissuade you from buying a house here in the villages. It's simply to give you factual and accurate information about what's happening in and around the villages and in Sumter County so that you can make a wise and informed decision. The information that you see in this video has been gleaned from publicly available sources and represents both my opinion and the facts I have found during the course of doing my research. I hope you've enjoyed this video. So now let's get started. Our first stop in this video is the new Sanrope Recreation Center, adjacent to where McNeil Drive and Corbin Trail meet. This recreation center is nearing completion. The exterior looks complete, and the workers present in the parking lot are doing interior work. Also, they've taken down all the fencing and have started cleaning out the parking lot in preparation for getting its friction coat and final painting. In this shot, we see the pool has been filled, and in a later shot, which was taken just a couple of days later, we'll see that it's empty. I guess they had to go in and acid wash the liner or some other maintenance that had to be done with the water out. You may have noticed a little bit of rebranding going on in the opening sequences. This is something I've been planning for the last several months, and it's going to take about 2 months to fully implement. You'll see some changes over the next few videos as I continue to roll out the new brand identity. Next, we're going to jump across McNeil Drive and take a look at the village of Edenfield. This area is still many months away from being ready to build houses and sell lots. One of the first things we do see, though, is the halfway house on the back 9 of the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. The Woodlands Championship Golf Course is in the process of greening in, and this will take all summer long to get to the point where the course will actually be playable. There's no shortage of water on both the front and the back 9 of the Woodlands Championship course, so there's going to be a lot of lots with both water and golf course views. And these will probably demand quite the premium, as we've seen already in some of the areas on the front 9 that have recently listed, or as high as $250,000 for just the lot premium. We'll go back now to the Sanrope Recreation Center and take a look at the RC boat lake that was recently built. I spoke with some members of the RC Boat Club, and to say they were unimpressed would be a bit of an overstatement. They said there were some basic problems with it. The power boats that they use, the lake is too small for it. Plus, you see the revetment on the side of the pond, these rocks, similar to what they used on the Morse Boulevard Island revetment project, presents a huge hazard to the power boats, which could easily run ashore and be damaged on it. Also in this shot, I'm actually at ground level, 0 altitude according to my altimeter, above the water, and you can see how deep it is. The radio-controlled sailboats won't have a good clear wind coming off of the shore to move their boats, so it's not usable for them either. This is really sad because they did do a beautiful job on building the dock with the area for viewers to stand under cover out of the sun, and also the dock itself for the people to launch their boats is floating, so it goes up and down with the water level, which, as we know here in Florida, our retention pond levels change quite drastically. My understanding is these remote control power boats do about 60 miles an hour, and just a second or two of distraction could easily have the boats crashing along one of these shorelines that are filled with rocks, basically destroying the boats.
Let's be honest, Florida retirees love their grandkids, but they don't want to give up their beautiful bonus room all year round. With a top quality Murphy bed from Murphy Bed and Office, now they can have their cake and eat it too. Our Murphy beds pull down in seconds and retract the same easy way. Murphy Bed and Office, best quality, best service, best warranty, made in the USA.
These are the new garden villas that were recently released. According to the Villages ad, they're a form of courtyard villas. I haven't had a chance to go inside, but I did look at the outside, and I will tell you, as a dog lover and a dog owner, I really like the way the yards are laid out for the dogs to have full run of all the way around the house. We'll fly over now. This is part of the front nine, and this is the halfway house for the front nine of the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. The course is greening in, and as I said earlier, they'll have to let it green in all the way through the summer and probably part of the fall before it's ready for play. No date has been announced yet for the opening, other than probably later this year. We'll fly over now, and we'll take a quick peek at the new Street of Dreams area that's on the north side of McNeil Drive in the village of Wellpoint. It seems like they've got a lot of different models there. I drove through there, and I don't remember the other Street of Dreams having quite so many models. Rotating around a little bit, we can see this section of villas, whether they're courtyard or verandas, I'm not sure yet, but one thing is for certain, somebody's getting a swimming pool in this corner lot. If they stay true to their typical construction schedule, these will probably start selling somewhere in mid to late July. Moving down now to the intersection of McNeil Drive and Bexley Boulevard, we get a look at the 6th hole of the Laurel Oak Executive Course. And as I come up, we get a look at the area that's going to be CDD 16. This is still a long way off from being built, so I'm not even going to try and second guess them. We rotate around though, and this area here on the southeast corner, directly in the screen, they've already submitted the plots for the lots there. So obviously they've got big plans in store for it, and they may be moving quicker than I think. Here we can see at least 2 sets of some sort of villas, whether they be courtyard villas, patio villas, or veranda homes. They've got the telltale pigtails on some of the dead-end streets that usually indicate some sort of villa or veranda community. We get a nice look also at the village of Edenfield. Again, many of the roads are still not ready. This is still a long way off. But as you saw just a second ago, they are working on the postal station and recreation area for the village of Edenfield. I'm really uncertain on when this area is probably going to be ready. It's hard to tell. I'm still trying to figure out where they're headed. They've focused heavily on the other side of Corbin Trail, except for LaGrange. They haven't even started on the postal station and recreation center there, but they have on Edenfield. It could be that they're going to hold off on LaGrange until late in the year when Eastport is finally open. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's take a spin around now and get a quick look at the Edenfield Postal Station and Recreation area that's under construction. Not a whole lot to see yet, but it's definitely moving along. This is the clubhouse for the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. As you can see, they're making progress on this. Again, when it opens, anybody's guess at this point. About the only thing we know is sometime late in the year. This second building coming into view is the cart barn for the golf cart rentals that they'll be doing for the championship course. We'll head across Corbin Trail now to get another look at Edenfield and a little bit of LaGrange. This whole area is easily visible by going down McNeil or Corbin Trail or Bexley Trail, because previously this was all very flat pasture land. There was basically no level changes. There's a lot of level changes now, typically where the greens and the tee boxes and some of the sand traps are for the golf course. But that's about it. It's still basically flat. And you can see for what seems like miles. We'll fly back now towards the Woodlands Championship Golf Course clubhouse, and just beyond it, you'll see this area where the pipes are all sticking up out of the ground. That's where the Blanchard Recreation Center is going to be. That's another one like Sanrope or Saluki or Franklin or the other village recreation centers. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Majic Stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Majic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Villages resident Ron Berner, every Majic Stairs and Majic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Majic Stairs installed in your home. Majic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. Just beyond the Woodlands Championship Golf Course clubhouse and just south of the recently released lots in Oak Hollow is this large group of veranda homes. And this is larger than any group I've seen, or at least that I can recall seeing. You can see that it's multiple streets. One of the big draws of verandas, just like courtyard villas, is the fenced yard. This is great for both pets and privacy. As an owner of both a courtyard villa and a veranda home, I can fully attest to this. They are very nice. Going back up Craig Court, towards the lots that listed last week and just checking now are all completely sold, is what was described by Jennifer Parr as the grotto in a previous Villages video. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It looks like a walking trail area, and it looks to have golf cart parking out in front of it. So this could be a very nice area. It's still not done. It's a long way away. They still haven't paved any of the walking paths and that. So please stay out of this area, just like all the rest of the construction areas. Please stay out of it unless you're looking at some of the lots that are up for sale. Heading back to the south again, we see the veranda homes on the right, and up ahead is the village recreation area and postal station for the village of Oak Hollow. It's still got some work to go before it's ready to open. Let's head just a little farther south now to Eastport and see the work that's going on there. Not a lot has changed since the last time we looked at it beyond the hotel. The hotel, you can see the yellow on it. That's some of the vapor barrier that has to go up before they put the exterior walls on. They're doing, it looks like, windows also. It's changing on a daily basis. Not a whole lot else, though, to see yet in Eastport. I am still impressed, though, at the whole waterfront area, the size of it. You know, if all they got to do is put some speakers all the way around the waterfront, and you'll be able to enjoy the band and all the entertainment going on from a huge area. The curved red roof is the bandstand or stage area. And as we fly around to the left, we see the pool, and just beyond the pool, this is a sports pool, that is, we see the dog park that's being built. We also can see the Olympia Recreation Center and the big glass facaded building. That's the sales office. That looks really cool too. Here you can see some more of the waterfront area, and we'll take a high-level view over the main street going down, and you can get a look at some of the different architectural styles that are going in there. It looks like many of the buildings we see in movies about the 50s. I keep thinking of Back to the Future and the way that downtown area looked, and this reminds me a lot of that. This was all shot on an early Sunday morning. Here you can get another look at the waterfront area. Coming up next now is another Then and Now segment that I also did just recently. And this is of Eastport, how it looks now, and how it looked 4 years ago. In this Then and Now segment, we look at the Eastport area in September of 2021 and March of 2025. What a difference 3.5 years has made to this area. In 21, the work had just barely started on the Eastport area, at least in the ground clearing. The planning was already done, obviously. And in 25, here we see Central Lake is done, Sunset Island is done, and much of the downtown area is well under construction. Coming up, we see the Farragut ball fields. Now, originally I had stated that I thought the construction of the town square would be beyond the pond you see here in the left. Well, I overshot just a little bit. I thought it was going to be a little farther out. Obviously, it's not. We can see that it occurred much closer to County Road 501 or Marsh Bend Trail. And that original naturally occurring pond still exists on the right-hand side of both screens. There's also been a lot of roads built in this area. We know about Bexley Trail coming from the bridge that crosses the turnpike, and of course Central Parkway. The rerouting of County Road 470 is also a prominent roadway in this area now. Previously, it had been a 2-lane road that cut across this section of the county. Now, for the most part, it's 4 lanes with multiple traffic circles in it to help control the traffic flow through intersections and even a couple of traffic lights. In 21, there were a few naturally occurring wet areas, or wetlands, or ponds, whatever you want to call them. And now, in 2025, there's multiple large retention ponds holding vast amounts of water that's used for both irrigation and stormwater control. Off in the distance, even Middleton was barely underway. Cutting across the upper left corner of the left screen, you can see the straight line that is the old County Route 470. Only a small portion of that road now exists, and it's being capped off at Marsh Bend Trail or County Road 501 to redirect the traffic along the 4-lane Central Parkway roadway that has been built. Just to the right of the traffic circle in the right-hand screen is Fire Station 48, the Gibson Wastewater Treatment Plant, and the Gibson Electrical Substation. None of this existed prior to 2021. These facilities now serve all of the area being developed here in the southern portion of the villages. I hope you've enjoyed this Then and Now segment. It's always fun for me to take a look at what's happened over a short period of time here in this community.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
This is one of the last sections of the village of Shadybrook. If you remember in the last video, there was about 20 or 30 foundations here, and that was it. And now we have all these homes. They're moving extremely fast. Even down here at this lower section, they're getting ready to start work. Several foundations are going in. This was the area that was kind of unknown. It's going to be a set of patio villas. As we continue to rotate around and we look back towards the east, we can see more work is progressing very quickly. On the right is a large group of veranda homes. Some of them have some nice sized lots, and a few of them are even getting swimming pools put in as part of the initial construction package. The Villages is able to construct at such a fast pace, Instead of the typical 8-month cycle, they're doing about a 3-month cycle, not because of any kind of shortcuts that are being taken, but they've eliminated all the slack in the schedule through good project management and logistics coordination. Nobody's waiting on things to get here. It's all been scheduled well in advance, so there's no surprises, and they're able to move efficiently and effectively. When trying to build this many homes a year and taking the typical 8-month build cycle, it would be total chaos in all the communities and all the neighborhoods, and it would be a huge money loser for everyone. This is the village of Water's Edge. The road cutting across the top edge of the screen is Bexley Trail, and just beyond it, you can see the starts of the Beautyberry and Honeysuckle executive golf courses. They're still a long way away from coming online. We're looking to the west now, and I'm going to jump ahead to another section just to the west here, and that's Middleton. They recently took down the barricades blocking the view of these areas on the street on Randy McDaniel Drive. The establishment at the end has an outdoor area, as well as the establishment on the end coming up. If they hold true to form, these will be 2 more restaurants, bringing to the total about 8 or 9 restaurants that are going in Middleton. Nothing yet has been announced for exactly what will be going into any of these buildings that have recently been revealed. Farther to the south in Middleton, more residential is starting to be built, and to support it, this is another postal station and recreation area for the family area of Middleton. You can see instead of some of the things that we normally see in the age-restricted portion of the community, they have a playground. Kind of makes sense. But they also have a pool, very typical of what we see at our neighborhood recreation centers as well. Rotating back around, this is where a new church is being built, and off in the distance on the upper right is Boosters and the Shallow Creek Championship Course. We'll rise up here in just a second, and you can see the old Street of Dreams. Many of these homes have already been sold as they continue to move their operations to the Well Point area. At the top of the screen is the villages of Shadybrook and Moultrie Creek, and as we rotate around, we see one of the Gibson wells. This is a well for potable water, and the storage tank that holds 1.5 million gallons of water.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
I'm down now at the intersection of County Road 470 and US 301 at the location where the new County Service Center and Fire Training Facility is being built. Work started on this a couple of months ago, and things are progressing. The building you see is part of the Fire Training Center. This is a training facility for both Sumter County and Villages Public Safety Fire Departments to utilize together. Off in the distance, you see the floor plan for the County Service Center. Actually, that's not the floor plan. That's the forms for the tilt walls that are going to be poured here in a couple of days, and once raised will be the exterior walls of this new facility. This facility is actually at about the population center of the county and is much needed as the county continues to grow. For the life of me, I can't remember all that's going to be happening in this building. The one big thing, though, that's most important to probably most people in the county is a dedicated meeting room with the ability to televise and record all the county meetings. This will take the place of going to the Everglades Recreation Center, so this will be a dedicated facility for all our county meetings here in Sumter County. This is part of the area of US 301 that's being expanded. And this intersection here at 470 and US 301 Things are in the works to extend 470 westward into the open field and then down to the existing 470 to eliminate the chaos that is the 470-471 interchange. As we rotate and look to the east, you can see the rest of 470. The county is working to get funding to expand this to 4 lanes all the way to Central Parkway in Middleton. This is the first of the 3 big box stores that are currently under construction here in Sumter County. This first one is, of course, Costco. This is located behind Fresh Market on County Road 466. Initial reports said this would be opening sometime in May. Looking at the current state of construction, I simply don't see it. My guess is probably more like July, but hey, what do I know? I've never built a big box store before, so they could be spot on the date or not. I don't know. We'll watch it closely as things progress. What we can see so far is the loading dock area, and the 2 light greenish-blue areas are to be areas for the freezers where all the frozen foods and refrigerated goods will be stored. Beyond that, they've gotten the low walls up, and they still have a tremendous amount of work to go. Here's another look at that loading dock area. And again, you can see the special foundation areas for the freezers and refrigerator units. I said there are 3 big box stores going in, and this is the 3rd one. This is the Walmart that's being built at the corner of 44 and Morse Boulevard. You can see the retention pond is already starting to collect water as they continue to build it. And they've started on the foundation areas, and you can see all the squares in the middle. That's where the column foundations are going for the columns that hold up the roof. This second large light-colored area is where I believe the gas station is going to be built. I haven't seen or heard any announcements on the opening date for this new Super Walmart, but I suspect by the time our seasonal residents come back, this will be open. I also haven't seen or heard any plans of making this area golf cart accessible. It's simply not going to be possible because it would require crossing either Marsh Bend Trail or State Road 44. The 3rd big box store under construction is Target. It's right next to Lowe's on County Road 466A. It's moving along pretty good. They've started doing some painting. They're doing interior work. They've got the air conditioning on the roof. So a lot's happening here. When this is going to open, once again, still haven't heard any word or any announcement on when that's going to happen. Heading back to the Morse Boulevard 44 area, we see the new Hooters restaurant that's being built. Talking with some of the construction folks, they say May will be the opening time frame for Hooters. I can see that being possible. And we'll rotate around, and we also see the new Dunkin' Donuts that's being built. There's also been no word on when this facility will be opening. We'll head back to Hooters and circle around the other side, and you'll see what appears to be an outdoor eating area that's scheduled for this new restaurant. It's not very big, but it's always a popular venue here in Florida to have outdoor dining. This is the new assisted living facility that's being built next to the Sand Hill Executive Golf Course. The foundations and some of the parking lots appear to be done, and they've started raising some of the walls that will be part of this building. We'll rotate around and you'll get a perspective on where it's located. This is the HCA freestanding emergency room that was built a couple of years ago. It's right in front of it, and as we rotate around a little bit farther, we see the Mr. Car Wash, and this big open field is ultimately supposed to be another HCA hospital. Here we can see some of the progress that's being made on Harry and the natives. They're working on the exterior walls and the roof now. I drove by it yesterday morning, and they have the metal roofing on it. The undersheeting is already covered. It's a very hazardous area for me to fly because of all the trees and Spanish moss. This is a view from the water looking back at the backside of the restaurant. And my understanding is that this whole back area will be an open dining area, actually larger than the interior portion of the restaurant. Don't know when it's going to open. We'll keep a tab on that also. This is the Encompass 30-bed rehab hospital that's being built at the corner of Megison and Morse Boulevard and the Turnpike. It's the first of 2 phases. The second phase is supposed to add an additional 50 beds. As you can see, there's a lot of people involved in the construction here. Again, I have no idea when this will be opening, but we'll keep an eye on it as things progress. So I'm almost done. There's one more cut to go on this video. But as always, I want to encourage you, please support my sponsors as they support me, and without their support, these videos simply wouldn't be possible. Our last clip is of the bridge work going on to widen County Road 470 across the Florida Turnpike. You can see they've started driving pilings. These will support the ground behind them that will allow the road to be built. The time frame on this hasn't been published yet, but we're going to keep a very close eye on it because it represents a vital link in the future of this area of the villages. I haven't yet been able to confirm whether golf cart lanes will be included on this bridge, as I've been a little overcome by some other events that have been happening in my world with the flying of the drone and the villages and that, but I'll address these things in my live broadcast. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. As always, I implore you to seek out the good things in life and live life to its fullest. Life is too short, power is fleeting, physical beauty lasts but a short while. All those who live long enough will too also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. Let us be humble, help the sick, help the weak, the vulnerable, and most of all remember that one day we too will exit the stage. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day.